Burning furnace. I put one of those orange globe LED lights in it. Okay? I ran a whole bunch of wires. I got extras. Whoops. Where is it? There. I ran one of those cable piece chunks in through there. So I broke off a couple. So I've got one over here for the motor. See, I got the flame burning. That's kind of cool. Put a green glowing light in the control room. Kind of cool. Flame idea kind of worked out. Not too bad. Oh, I'm gonna have to go around here. I don't want to move the board. Check it out. Hey, I got lights in the discotheque. Yeah, all around the dance floor. Yeah, that's neat. Anyways, so what I did was I took one of those Walmart little strands, right, apart, and then I just bastardized it. Hey, whoops, back up here a bit for you. How come this isn't focusing? Hold on here, sorry. There. So anyways, here's the switch, which is they're kind of cool switches because you can also plug them in then, hey? So you can use one of those power adapters that I was talking about before. One of these, multi-adapter, hey, and just set it for, well, these ones are running off 3 volts right now, which, hey, it's lighting up everything. It even gives enough electricity to run this little motor, eh? So that's not bad. Like I said, I gotta put some, other plaster on here now to make that so it's kind of like, like a glowing furnace in there, keeping it one position. And I gotta plaster up this bit over here, around here. So I'll use some of that sculpting mold or, like a paper mache type stuff. And then, yeah, I put a stick on top here because this was loose when I was sanding. Take a sand brush, and you want to make sure you get all this loose shit off, before you're ready to goop it. And if it's got funky edges on it, like this one here, in here it's kind of, make sure you knock all that stuff off. And some of it gets covered up pretty good, with the goop, but this stuff here, I mean, whoops, you can see it's like paper thin, so. And then, like if you're working with your foam stuff, give it a light sand so that you don't have too much of that pilling type effect on it. Some of it's going to get covered up, which isn't bad. You can see the wires here. I sanded a groove down there, and then I put them down there. Then I just put a piece of doweling over top of it to kind of protect it, I don't know if I'll use those. Those are hooked up, so they're alive, so I got to keep them apart. I don't know how long these lights will last, but that worked out pretty good, That's that gob of crap that came out of... Do I have those here? It was that stained glassy stuff for windows. Like here's one here. This is a Wally World brand. It's called Gallery Glass. Create stained glass look. Plaid. I think that means plain. Okay. Yeah, crystal clear. Plaid. I have no idea what the hell that is. Maybe it's a brand name. Anyways, crystal clear. So this is the stuff I was using on the windows. Anyways, I've got this stuff in colors, and it was a red one that it had dried up down the nozzle, and I pulled it out, and being me, I don't want to throw away anything, so that's what I made that flame out of, was that crap stuff that I pulled out of the nozzle. And then I just put a LED light in it. So now, although it's poor lighting in here, you can see it. I put an orange light in it, by the way, or well, the same one that I put in the here. So that's how this hill is coming. And just to be kind of funky, I figured somebody, would be living in it too, So here's a clothesline. I put a clothesline on there. I don't know why, but hey, because. And then, like I said, I left all the other wires in there, so there's lots of extra wires to later on when a guy wants to run something. I gotta paint these little skulls green. I gotta paint those. It'd be nice to have a whole pile of these, Suppose a guy could sit there one day and just make a whole pile of them, but Be nice to have something to spit out a bunch of those in a mold. Should do that one of these days. I do have some mold making stuff. It's really expensive though. It's not like, it's not really for, it's expensive, you know, like, oh, you know, you probably put in about $300 or $400 for an order, you know, to get enough stuff to do something substantial with. You know, if you want to just play with it, it's, well, you'll spend 50-60 bucks, eh? So you might as well do the 300 or 400, and then you've got enough to do, you know, divide it up, sell it among your friends, hey? Like, you know, get your group together and say, hey, you guys want to do some, you know, casting or something, you know? Everybody bring one piece, eh? And then everybody makes their mold box, eh? And you do the molds, and because the mold stuff, you know, the rubber, it's really expensive, eh? And the best stuff to use is, if you want to duplicate lots, would be a silicone based, eh? Cat's fighting. My big orange cat is putting the run on the neighbor cat again, eh? Because the neighbor cat always comes over and steals his catnip, eh? But there's lots of catnip here for the cats, eh? I mean, all the cats in the neighborhood come down and eat the catnip, eh? But anyways, the big orange guy here, occasionally he'll put the walk on one of these guys, hey. He's too fat to run, so he puts the walk, hey. He doesn't put the run on him. It's a walk. It's a saunter. They're all terrified of him, even though he's got shaky legs now and stuff like that too, eh? But I guess he still can throw his weight around. That's funny. Anyways, where was I going? I'm gonna have to review this. Goddamn cats. Anyways, I don't remember what I was talking about. Half timers. Can't remember things half the time. Wires? Extra wires? I don't know. Anyways, I'll review it, and maybe on the next one I'll expand on what the hell I was talking about. Oh, there's roads here. I should do these roads. How much time? Oh, this is a new disc. Excellent. So I've got this one and one more, and I think my kid's coming to get the camera tonight, though. He was supposed to come yesterday, but didn't. But that's... oh, casting. Yeah, the casting. That's what I was talking about, the casting. So, get your group together, you know, and then everybody pours their one mold, eh? And then you use the plastic, and then you can divide them up, and you pour a whole bunch of everybody's for everybody, you know, type thing, eh? So, do something like, you know, somebody sit there and work on a whole bunch of skulls and stuff like that, and somebody do, you know, like a roof piece, say, that you can, or, you know, find one of these funky toys that looks really cool and, you know, duplicate those, hey? Kind of handy stuff to have, you know, a nice silicone mold, because then when you're working with plaster or whatever, you can put your extra, or even this sculpting mold stuff, you add a little bit of water to it, and it gets soupy, but you can then use it in a mold. You just have to wait longer for it to dry, before you can pop it out. Yeah. Anyways, I should do that. Yeah. Kind of expensive stuff to get into, though. And the cheap stuff is, well, it's kind of, you don't get quite as good of effect. I showed you this, eh? Street lamps, eh? That's one of the things that I cast. Now, I made this myself. I used this out of, you know, that sculpty Fimo stuff. I think I showed you this before. Anyways, I'm showing it to you again. So, this is that plastic. No, I won't go into molding. Anyways, later I will show you some more progress on this hill, and on what I'll do is I'll clean up this hellish big mess I got going here, and set everything up, and we'll see how many more boards we got, and we'll set the boards down so that we have a, you know, a 4x4 chunk of all this industrial scene terrain type stuff, and then we can go from there, see how much more other pieces we have to make, yeah? Get them started. That'll be cool. Yeah.